I've never seen a rod go like that in all my life. Wow, God. Yes! Mate, that is amazing. Look at that. Power like I've never felt before in a fish. Welcome to CarpFix. This time around, myself and Scott are taking on as what is regarded as the ultimate fishing experience.
Mate, that's a big... Whoa. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
I've not just travelled over 6,000 miles to sip on cocktails and enjoy the Thai scenery. Have a look. Scott, have a look at this. What an impressive species of fish. They fight like absolute demons. Oh, look at that. Such prize fish. Such prize fish. Not only the fishing, the resort, the accommodation, everything here is 5-star. It's one of them places that unless you experience it yourself, I mean, it's so hard to put into words.
So it's day one at Gillhams. We had a very busy day yesterday travelling over. The lake's here, so we're just in one of the lakeside bungalows. All of the camera gear is ready. It's just gone 7 o'clock. Tom is down there having a chat with our neighbour. And the plan is we're actually going to fish some swims just over here. So you've got the restaurant over to the left, and then we're going to go into the far bank over there and see what we can catch. Seen lots of fish jumping, so it's all looking good.
Morning.
Morning, mate, you alright?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, bud.
Mate, this place is unreal. Absolutely unreal. We got here late last night, and obviously you can only see a certain amount under the moonlight, but straight away, like these mountains behind, obviously all the videos I've watched on it before, like that's the first thing that you notice. But mate, what an incredible place.
I think it's hard to capture, mate, unless you can see it for yourself. You know?
Every video I've seen on it, like, all right, it looks amazing on film, but I think unless you actually come here and see what it's like, it's incredible. Mate, where do we start?
Well, what do you want to fish for?
I think the first, obviously I've seen loads of the Siamese Carp, like they were one of the main targets I'd love to catch them. You got the Julians.
Yep.
Mate, anything, like all of these fish that are in there, I'm never going to fish anywhere else in the world for them. So I think the first thing first is definitely to fish for a Siamese. Like,
cool.
Is where we are, is this the...
Very good. This is an area of the lake we call Sala Bay. So it's actually an extension. We extended it quite a few years ago, so it's quite established. But it's nice, it's got a good topography. There's little seams of gravel, there's hard patches, there's clay, there's sand. And then we've also got a very prominent feature that runs from the paddle there all the way halfway up to the margin just over there, and that's what we call the causeway. Some people refer to it as the bar, so it just sort of rolls over into the deeper side, and that would be what we call the old margin. Fish use that quite a lot to move up and down. But yeah,
I've seen a few show.
Yeah,
like,
mate.
They show like proper carp, like the one you're showing there, like they show like proper carp. Yeah, but they just obviously
fully porpoise as well. You know, it's incredible to watch.
They're just a lot bigger. Well, I've got a bag full of bits. I haven't pre-tied anything because obviously this isn't like anywhere that I've ever fished. So
let's get into it, mate. Yeah, definitely.
Get some rods out. I know it's nice, looking, but I just want to get some rods out because I can't even begin to imagine what it's going to be like when one of these goes. Like,
going to enjoy it.
Unreal. Right, let's do some rigs.
Yeah, man.
Out there. I think over the years, anyone that loves fishing will have researched or looked or seen a program on Gillhams, so you have a rough idea of what you need to bring. I haven't brought lots of one particular thing. I brought a lot of different things. Obviously, the only difference being is the hooks are going to be a lot stronger, and the rig material that you're using is going to be a lot stronger. As for hook baits, I've brought a selection of what I would use in the UK, but coming out here, you're almost a bit of a fish out the water. You are relying so much on the guides. You can only bring so much from the UK, obviously due to your weight. And I do know, having looked and done the research, is that you are only allowed to use the boilies that they roll here and the pellets. So choice is very limited of what you can use or what you can bring out here, but I've brought enough stuff to cover every eventuality. Hopefully it's the right stuff. If it isn't, the guides are here, they are on hand. And I think as well, with such a multitude of species to fish for, maybe things might have to change for a species that you fish, I don't really know, but I've got enough stuff certainly to get me started. Well, here we go. This is the moment that I get to chuck out into Gillhams. I don't think I've ever been so excited, nervous, anxious to chuck a rod out anywhere in the world. Oh, it's amazing. I've seen so many fish show, and obviously setting up all the camera stuff is frustrating because you just want to get the rods out, but now is the time. I am so excited, I can't even explain. This is the setup. Obviously the rods and reels and braided mainline are supplied, the leader down to an inline lead, and then this has passed Nick's checks. To be honest with you, it isn't massively different to what I would use in the UK. It's slightly longer than what I would use. I've got a mega critically balanced hook bait, and what I've done there is, you can probably see a lot of the fishing out here is done with solid bags, and they thread the solid bags down the rig. Now it is wet season and I don't really want to be sat back there tying loads of solid PVA bags, so I've just done a normal mesh PVA bag, and I've done a half inch there just up the hook link just to trap that. And I can't wait, I'm going to make a cast now. We're only fishing 15 wraps, 10 foot per wrap, so it isn't a massive cast. There is so many fish shown out there, and I literally cannot wait to chuck this rod out. So hopefully I don't mess the first cast up. Let's get a rod out there. Oh, just to the right. Yeah? Is that right? Yeah.
Retaining walls by hand. There you go. Julian!
I've never seen a rod go like that in all my life. They are so strong. Because it's the first one as well, I'm a little bit unsure on how much stick you can give them. You know, these rods, I don't fish with 10-foot rods in the UK, but I mean, it's coming at me, Here it is. Yeah, I don't fish with rods 10 foot in the UK, but these are what, 6 pound test curve, Nick, are they? They are, yeah. These are 6 pound test curve, so they're like a 10-foot spod rod, basically. We are into a fish. That went like an absolute rocket. Yeah. Whoa. It feels so heavy. Like, I know obviously they're all going to feel heavy, but compared to UK fishing, the guy opposite's in as well. Incredible. I've never felt power like this in my life off of a fish. Kicking up a load of bubbles out there. How big do the Julians go in here, Nick?
Biggest I've ever weighed is 66 foot, but I would say there's probably a couple, and that was pre-pandemic, so obviously he's had a couple of years of eating. So.
Do you think this is a Julian's or a Siamese?
You know what? I'm starting to think it's either a very, very good Julian or it's a small to medium Siamese.
What an amazing buzz. Oh, look at that one just shown out there as well. So this was the 50-50 rod, we should call it, because what we're going to do now is me and Scott are going to have alternate goes. So we'll have 2 rods out, a rod each, and then this rod will be the other person's second rod. So this was the coin toss rod that's gone first, which was primarily put out for a Julian's. but you just don't know what you're going to catch. I mean, I've seen so many big fish show. I've never experienced anything like this, ever. I've never, ever seen. I mean, some of them Siamese that must be clearing the water must be 100 pound. Incredible. So after this one, it's Scotty's go. But who knows what's going to pop up in a minute. It can't be too far below the surface now. Wow, that's a Julian's. Wow, look at this, look at this. How big is that? Wow, this is like my dream species. Did you see how big it was? That wasn't a 30 pounder, was it? Did you see how long it was? Scott, look at this. Mate, that is massive. Wow, go on. Yes! Mate, that is amazing. That is like the dream, that's the fish well, not that I come for, that is the fish that I would have dearly loved to go. Look at this, have a look. Scott, have a look at this. Look at this fish. Mate, look. How big do you reckon that is? Mate, look at that. No, I don't want to get him out and stress him out. I'll just get in the water for him. I don't know what to say. You know what it means though, didn't you? I've got to go topless.
You know what else you need?
What?
Mine, lad.
Yeah, mate. Wow. Oh, bit of an emotional moment, Scott. That's incredible. That is the fish I would like. Look at that. This, for me, an absolute fish of a lifetime. Not only is it a Julian's, which is the fish that I so dearly wanted to catch, it's a big one as well. Power like I've never felt before in a fish. Oh, lost for words, completely lost for words. Look at that. As carp go, that has to be the most impressive carp species in the world. Big, big Julian's carp.